How easy is it to build an AR-15 in 2025? We find out in today's video. If you've watched our channel for any length of time, you know that most of the ARs that I run are BCM and that I just bought them from either Primary Arms or BCM and didn't have to do any assembly myself. So I wanted to set out to source and build an AR-15 from scratch, and it was surprisingly a lot easier than I thought. Now I knew it wasn't that complex, but with the amount of retailers and the amount of YouTube videos showing you how to literally do every step of the build process, it was way easier than I thought. So let's go over this build that I put together. So starting off with the lower, this is an Aero Precision lower that I got on sale during Black Friday. So it was a complete lower. I did not have to assemble this, but it was on a really good deal. So I picked it up. It was like over half off. So Aero Precision, their stuff's pretty solid, so I decided to go with that. Moving forward, it was just a stripped upper receiver that I put together. Just your standard dust cover, forward assist, nothing really special going on there. Coming forward, we have a Roscoe Bloodline barrel. This is an 11.5-inch barrel, and this is a really solid barrel. My 11.5-inch BCM has a pencil weight fluted barrel in it, so it's a very light, not flimsy, but it's not a solid barrel. So I wanted to go with this beefier Roscoe Bloodline 11.5-inch, and this thing is solid, but it's not that noticeably heavier than my 11.5. I can't really tell a difference. Granted, my 11.5-inch BCM is suppressed, so once I throw a can on this thing, we'll see how it weighs then. But very impressed with the Roscoe Bloodline barrel. This is a G4 10.5-inch Midwest Industries handguard. I love this handguard. I love the little dimples that it has on the rail slots just right below them and right above them. I think it gives a nice texture to the AR and gives you a little something else to grab onto without having like a vertical grip or something like that. Really like this handguard, and I like the fact that it has integrated QD slots. As you can see right here, you don't have to add a QD slot and have a little bit more bulk. So I really like this handguard for that reason in particular. While we're talking about it right here, I have a T-Rex arm sling. It is my favorite sling, my only sling that I will run. So T-Rex arm slings all the way. Comes with the little bungee retainer so you can stow the sling against the rifle and keep it slick. Here at the tip of the gun, we have a Precision Armament muzzle brake. So I saw this on Primary Arms for $15 on sale, and I thought to myself, how effective can a $15 muzzle brake actually be? So I purchased it and I'm testing it now, and I like it so far. We're going to do a full video on it coming up soon, so be looking out for that video. Coming back here, we have an EOTech XPS 2-0. It's just a EOTech I had laying around, so I decided to use it. We have the Magpul MBUS 3 backup iron sights. They're really good sights, low profile, cheap, light, out of the way. Pretty much everything you could ask for a backup iron sight. Currently running the Magpul T-Mags on this build. Kind of testing these out too, which it's a Magpul T-Mag family of magazines, so I know it's going to be good to go. Really nothing I can test that they have not already tested, but I like them pretty decently. They're all right. We have a Magpul grip. I think this is the K2 version. It's the more up and down angled version instead of the the more angled version. So I like this with the 11.5. It gives a nice feel. The trigger is a LaRue MBT curved trigger. Really like those triggers for the price that they are. They're very affordable and they give you good performance. They're not to the standard of a Geisley, but they're almost there. At the back of the gun, I have a BCM QD end plate. I like to run my sling close together to give most maneuverability, and I had to add this because the lower did not come with it from the factory. We also have a SBA 3 pistol brace. Like I said, this is set up as a pistol. Will SBR it in the future. But yeah, this is basically it. Oh, it also has a BCM low profile gas block, and I think a Spike's tactical gas tube, but I can't remember off the top of my head, but just your standard gas block, gas tube, low profile. We have the new BCM Mark II charging handle. This is the medium size. It's ambidextrous, it has some gas busting abilities, and it's pretty good. I like it. I have several of the Gen 1 BCM charging handles, the medium size latches, and I like those maybe a little bit better. The medium size latch on here, it's still an upgrade from a mil-spec charging handle, but it's just a little bit small compared to my other medium-sized charging handles from BCM, but I like it nonetheless. And lastly, we have a DSG Arms bolt carrier group. This is one that I had already, so I just used it in this build, but I will probably upgrade in the future to a KAK or CAC bolt carrier group, one of their new like sand cutter series, so I'm gonna test those out. To build an AR like this, you don't need that many tools, but you do need a few. So I did not have the tools to hold the upper receiver in a vise. So what I found online was this like basic AR armorer's kit. I saw it on Palmetto State Armory, so I purchased it from them, and it has literally everything you need to assemble an upper. So I used that, and it worked out really well. So basically all I had to do was secure the upper receiver in my vise so that I could add the barrel and torque the barrel nut down. That's really the only thing you need a specific tool for. So the entry to building your own ARs is not that high or not that expensive. You only need that tool. There are other tools that make it a lot easier and just make it quicker, but you don't need them to start off with. That's my main thing that I was thinking about, was like, I'm gonna have to buy all these tools to be able to assemble something, and all that money I spend on tools, I could just buy parts, ammo, whatnot. But I didn't realize that you don't need that many tools. So if you've been thinking about building your own AR, I say just go for it. It's pretty easy. You can actually save money in the long run by sourcing some parts from various manufacturers that are cheaper here, and you put more money in somewhere that matters, like your barrel or your optic or your trigger or something like that. So from now on, I'll probably be building all of my rifles. I enjoyed the process. It was kind of fun to, get everything in, put it all together, and see it turn out the way it did. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you have anything to add or any recommendations, let us know in the comments section down below. We'll see you guys in the next one.